Hello there, fellow adventure-loving families. My name is Siri. I am a mom who loves cruising. I started cruising before I got married in my 20s, and let me tell you, having kids did not stop me. I'm here to share with you real-life stories, tips, tricks that make cruising with kids not just doable, but actually an amazing time. Now I'd like to introduce you to my kids. This is my oldest, Hans.
Hello.
And this is my youngest, Iris. So why is cruising such a great option for families? Well, being on a cruise is like being on a floating resort. There is lots of options for everybody. While you got a toddler or a teenager or grandma with you, everybody's gonna have something fun to do. There's pools, slides, kids clubs, arcades, lots of possibilities. Plus, I don't know about you, but packing and unpacking is my least favorite part of traveling. And with a cruise, you get to go to many places, but you only have to unpack once. The hotel, the restaurant, the entertainment all goes with you to all these different places. Now let's talk about planning. The first thing you need to do is pick the right cruise and the right itinerary. There are many options for cruise lines, and some are more family friendly than others. You're definitely not going to go on a Virgin cruise because those are for adults only. Then the other thing is the itinerary. You want to look for itineraries that are kid friendly, that have activities for kids. And I like to get my kids involved when picking the itinerary and excursions because it gets them more excited about the trip. So my first cruise with the kids, they don't even remember. It was before COVID. Hans was a few months older than 2 years old, and Iris was just 9 months old. I actually made sure I looked up the restrictions and ages to cruise to make sure that she was allowed on board. In that case, it was NCL, and the policy was that they had to at least be 6 months old. So since she was 9 months, she was okay. And Hans was a toddler, and a picky toddler at that. But thanks to cruises having buffets and unlimited food and drink, we could always find something for him to eat. It was really fun. One thing that I always remember is me and Dad would sit down for dinner and order a glass of champagne or sparkling wine, actually. And he would look at us and he'd be like, I want one too. And we were like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. But the waiters were so nice, and they would bring us a glass of champagne with apple juice inside so he could drink and toast with us and feel included. It was really sweet. Packing for a cruise with kids can seem daunting, but I got you covered. Besides the essentials, there are a few things you really have to prepare for. So, swim gear. Most pools are not gonna let babies with diapers in them, so you got to make sure you read the policy and make sure you bring swimming diapers, whatever type of it's allowed, and check out which pools they are allowed to go to because you don't want to be embarrassed. You want to bring plenty of diapers. So whatever you usually go through in a day, go ahead and bring like 3 extra ones because trust me, you do not want to run out of diapers. Some ships do carry them, but it's a very limited quantity. So if you run out of diapers like day 3, they're already going to be out and you're not going to find any. And you don't want to ruin your vacation and lose a whole day running around in whatever port you're at looking for diapers. So diapers, and if you're feeding formula, make sure you bring plenty of formula, way more than what you think you would need, because trust me, again, you do not want to run out of that stuff. And if your baby toddler has a hard time sleeping, you won't probably want to bring their sound machine, make it as much the environment as to the environment at home that they're used to sleeping. So nightlight, sound machine, um, books for them to read. If you read at night before bed, like keep the routine as much as you can. Bedtime, reading time, bath time. So all your, if you use bubble bath for your baby, or if you do like a massage on your baby after the bath, make sure you bring everything you need for your routine. That's going to be very important, so that way they still feel safe and close to that home environment as possible. Most cruise ships will provide a pack and play if you ask for one ahead of time. If you have any other like special needs, make sure you communicate with the line before words. My babies usually slept in the bed with me, so that was not a huge deal. And we did have the pack and play as well, so it was good. Once you're bored, I like to have a mix of activities. I always look at the daily planner and highlight which activities I think it would be good to go with the kids. I also like to take turns with my husband, so I'll stay with the kids while he has some alone time, and then he will take the kids to do an activity so I can have some alone time. Meals, we always had the meals together as we do at home. That was always a very good time. There's lots of options depending on which cruise line you go. I recommend, if you have kids, to go on a flexible one, because they're gonna want to snack all the time. They might want to eat later one day because they had a long nap. But the food is awesome. You're never gonna have trouble finding food. There's the buffet with so many options. That was actually the kids' favorite because they get to see all the different food and then just pick what they want, rather than have you read a menu and they don't really understand what they're ordering. They do have kids menus on all the different restaurants, which makes it really easy. um, Again, I've only been on Norwegian with the kids so far, and it's a fun time. Don't forget about the shows, the movie nights, the parties, and you can also make your own cozy time in your cabin, and if that's what the kids enjoy as well. Port days, I look for excursions that are easy, not very long, and kid friendly. Usually it'll be like a beach getaway or some type of cultural activity. I don't do excursions that involve a lot of walking because their little feet get tired and I don't want to have to carry them, or anything where there's like a bus ride that's like longer than 30 minutes, because then they just get bored and gonna be like, are we there yet, are we there yet, are we there yet? So we don't want that for sure. And there's nothing wrong with just staying on the ship too. Actually, that's one of the things that we enjoy a lot, is let everybody go on land and enjoy the ship being less full, having the pool to ourselves, being able to not have any lines at the restaurants, and just enjoying being in the ocean. Before we wrap up this first episode, here's a few tips to keep things going smooth. Stay flexible. Have a plan, but don't try to be make it or break it. Have flexibility within your plan. Things, as we know, don't always go as planned with kids. And they might have a meltdown when we're supposed to be eating, or they might need a nap when we're supposed to be doing an activity. So just, give yourself some flexibility and just enjoy. Another thing is utilize any onboard services. So if they are too tired, they don't want to go out, order room service. If there's a kids club, take full advantage of that. Make sure you register, on the first day, and make sure you know the times that it's open, when they're going to have activities that you think your kids might enjoy, because that's great for both of you. It's great for them. They get to make friends. They get to be on their own and enjoy other activities. And it's great for you because then you get a little bit of me time to go have a drink at the bar. So definitely use any resources that they have available to you. And don't forget to document the trip. I know moms always feel left out, right? Because we're always the ones taking pictures and not being in the pictures. So make sure you, if your kids are old enough, let them take a few pictures. It's fun for them to remember the trip afterwards. They're gonna be like, I took that picture. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful in any shape or form, then please go ahead and give a big thumbs up. Subscribe for more family travel trips. And if you got any questions or want to share one of your own cruise experiences, drop a comment down below. I love to hear from you. And until next time, happy cruising.